BC has picked Luna. It's only EU and CIS, and it is 0-4.
That's pretty wild. I mean, there must be something that these teams believe about, you know, really believe in it.
Well, how about you look at this? This is something. Look at Dream and Afterlife right now. They're just hogging in the jungle at the moment.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Again, all about these lane matchups. This seems to be the big thing with these two teams, about getting that exact lane that they do want. And the AM is going to be able to meet up top with versus that Timber, and Bloodseeker will meet bottom. But Luna's already gotten a whole wave by the time Bloodseeker gets down there.
Yeah, and it's you know, it's a lane that kills could definitely be had here from Empire with the 3 of them down.
That's also another power of Luna, is if you just tri-lane. I guess that's the other thing I didn't really think about, is if you just have a tri-lane with this hero, it's very strong, and you leave a solo hero like a Timbersaw on his own. Petu, he'll struggle a bit up here because it is the AM.
See how things go between Gwyn and FN. As we saw the last game, now FN, he got a lot of farm on the puck, but wasn't able to have too much of an impact, really.
No, he didn't really. He just farmed literally the entire game. He didn't really cast many coils. I think I counted back. I think he only has 3 coils. So, bottom is the tri-lane action. Afterlife. Can he get away?
Radiant's courier
Gonna be able to keep him covered there with the impale.
Radiant's
oh, wait, what the?
Courier has been
The creeps just killed both couriers.
Wait, what?
It walked right through the dire creep wave, and the creeps literally just killed him.
Alright, easy couriers.
Easy money for the dire side, as EcNart and both Smiling Knight will lose theirs to some creeps. As you see, EcNart, he gets the points in his 2 abilities rather than getting the Arcane Aura early, and this is going to be a really tough lane for Lift to win to get much of anything down here. Bloodseeker, 0 last hits, and I don't think it's going to get much easier for him.
Yeah, he's got to be smart with his blood rights. Try and get a CS with that, really. That seems like his best bet. As roll in, Immersion, he looks pretty dead here. First blood for Empire. This tri-lane is doing exactly what it needs to, and more. I mean, it couldn't really be going any better, this tri-lane setup and what it's achieving down here.
And sure, Petu is not getting absolutely everything top, but he's got 9 last hits, and he's already at the level 3. So you see their harassment is just tickling him. He's out of mana, but that doesn't matter. Yeah, this tri-lane setup is actually working really well. Immersion not able to get in between to cut any creeps because of this Earth Spirit's positioning. So they're gonna get like pretty much nothing down here. I wonder what they're gonna actually do to get something, because if they just keep this tri-lane down here, these 2 heroes are gonna be pretty much shut down throughout the entire early game. And they're pretty important. As we were saying, Empire really wants to be playing ahead during the entirety. If they just take out 2 heroes significantly, it's gonna be a really good mark for them. Yeah, they just have to watch. Look, they can't even approach the creep wave whatsoever. Still 0 last hit for Afterlife.
I mean, how do they fix this? I mean, they can't change the lane, right? They can't. Because this is what they wanted. Right? They wanted Dream up top against Timber.
That's like almost, do you want to just make your move and put a 3rd hero up top as it, Gwyn? FN is able to find the room, and it doesn't look like they'll be able to kill him unless they get some godly blocks, which they kind of are.
SoNNeikO doing his best. Yeah, that'll get the kill. Say you're not able to do enough there to keep Gwyn safe.
Very nice. Huge from SoNNeikO. Nice rotation too, as he's not really helping top anyway, so it's a free move for him. And now because of the rotation from Earth Spirit, Bloodseeker and Nyx are actually able to get something.
Oh, he's gonna get a CS.
Is he?
He's gonna get a CS, I believe. There you go, he got a few from the blood right hand, as you say. He's got this wave and a half underneath the tower. So finally, Afterlife able to get a bit of farm in this game.
Things have been salvaged. Pretty much just because sayuw actually rotated to help out his Storm and wasn't able to. So a little bit of a mismove from the Earth Spirit, allowing a kind of a double mistake in a way. He doesn't pressure bottom when they have double wave, and he doesn't help his Storm either. Bounty runes. SoNNeikO's actually TPing in to take this one away too. 2 for 2. Now they're definitely looking to dive bottom. There's a creep wave coming in. They don't want to go under the tower, but if they step up at all past it, they can look to get these kills. As Afterlife does have 10 wand charges. Same thing for Immersion. They're quite a bit tankier. If they go too much farther forward, though, if they can get 2 Lucent Beams off during the chase out, they should be able to have it. They're being careful.
See how far out Live to Win does want to come with this creep wave. So okay,
they actually rotate. Oh, okay. This is a good move here. This is unexpected, too. Right when they had no vision of the puck. They're going to throw the scan, though. They actually get him. Nice read of the map there by Empire.
Thanks.
Anything with this now? It's safe.
I like the attempt at the move, though, because Luna is so vulnerable early on to any heroes that get on top of her, like a puck, which just forces that. So I do like the attempt at rotation. We'll find EcNart. Might just settle for this.
He's going to be coming in with Gwyn. They're going to look at the counter play. As Gwyn, he's trying to get a grab onto FM, won't be able to do so, so they'll have to settle for SoNNeikO.
All right, top. Petu is actually starting to put the pressure onto Dream here. The 0 mana, but he is level 6 with Mango Soul Ring. AM has to give some respect to it. Petu's done really well up top. I thought he would actually get slowed down a little more, but nope, doesn't matter. He sticks up there.
To threaten that bit of burst against Dream each time he steps in.
Yeah, Dream can't actually start poking him, and that Arcane Aura is starting to build up. Now he's able to hit him a few times, but Mango's out. Dream will get forced away from the tower again, and a big creep wave that Petu's going to be able to use to pressure this tower with the catapult.
Same time, bottom.
Yep.
You can run down EcNart. Not with Smiling Knight by his side. There's definitely going to be something though, right? The Smiling Knight
is under attack.
Okay, how's he doing? He's actually not doing too bad on levels, despite most of it.
Structures
For the entirety of this laning stage between the 3 of them.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that he is almost level 6 down here with that split. Afterlife is almost level 5 on the counterpart, the opposing this off laner here. So he's still Afterlife doing a lot better than I thought he was going to from the start of that, but not in comparison to Petu. Petu's having a much freer time and actually just really taking down this tower. Look at this. He's got it down to half health already. What if they're just gonna let him do this?
I mean, is this Timber killable if a rotation comes in? Can you punish him for this, or do you just have to let him do it?
With the AM mana void, I believe they can. If he's completely out of mana, then they actually do have some nice burst damage for him, but it's looking pretty hard. They're actually just gonna give it up, not gonna make the call at Pen. He's just gonna chill in the mid lane, finish up his Veil. And tower's gonna die. So Petu.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Great stuff for being on his own.
Again, in a lane setup that was a lane setup that Live to Win wanted to do against Empire. So definitely not achieved anything in terms of slowing down this Timber.
No, definitely not. And this is, like we said, they want to play ahead on the side. Empire Gold is pretty even, Experience slightly leading them. And this is a good moment for them right now. AM is going to just start having to back up and never be able to join these fights besides a mana void. So now they can really start swinging around and looking for fights. Just the biggest thing is keep tabs on FN. He's kind of the only one that can do anything to your lineup on Empire. So if they know where FN is, they can make some nice moves around it.
Haste.
I mean, and if they are mid.
Oh, mid. First move, Immersion.
If they can keep him alive, they're going to be able to do so. They actually keep him alive.
The raindrop, it actually...
I mean, it made up the difference because, you know, they were holding him down very nicely for the Dream Coil into the silence. They got the stun off as well with the impact, but not quite enough.
Balanced item, that raindrop early game. So good versus a hero like Puck. I think he actually blocks he blocked 2 instances of damage even with it because of the coil earlier. Yeah. And then later on, yeah, very nicely done as Petu goes mid, and now he's going to look to siege this tower down too.
No.
Bottom. Trying for Immersion. Afterlife able Mara to be safe. Still low though, I think. Ooh. He's going for a big zip. Not quite big enough though, Immersion. Still too far away.
Middle tower is under
As will come out. FN still able to get that bounty rune even to stay his best attempts to stop him from doing so.
I like that FN actually went for the Veil this game. They're going to be lacking some damage in the early game, especially versus this Timber. This could be the difference maker. He does have the hood coming out though, and Petu's still absolutely dominating and improving and showing his dominance here in the mid lane. This tower is going to go down too.
I mean,
So Live to Win, they're going to push the top tower as a response, but not looking to actually fight here.
Radiant structures are
it's this sort of Veil Blink build, not rather risky though against a Storm that is rushing the Orchid.
Dire's
Gonna
middle
have probably
tower
quite a
is
good time on
under
it.
attack.
Definitely can have its
Dire's
risks.
middle tower
I wonder if he
has
switches
fallen.
from the Blink and just goes for Yules. I don't think he needs to go Blink to force stuff early on either. They have anti-mage, right? They want to just be able to play this passive game. Like, they're going to set up, they have the break, but he's already got the armor stack.
And nice to back. Sayuw's going to roll in. And Gwyn as well coming across. Petu, he's going to be able to live. They're just turning, grabbing back FM with the Vortex as they'll cut down the two of them. They try to commit onto the Timber. It's just not enough damage, even with that Veil Buff.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, and now bottom, they're setting up for this attack here versus Live to Win with only 2 heroes. That's like that.
I mean, that's three big kills for the Storm to be involved in as well, as that's really going to speed up Gwyn's Orchid.
Radiant's courier has been
good burst.
And he has a regen too.
Dire's
He actually can
structures
continue
are
his
fallen.
impact on the map now
Radiant's
because of this
bottom
too.
tower has
That's,
fallen.
I mean, huge losses there for Live to Win, giving up pretty much everything versus a kill that's just not going to happen.
I mean,
Like you
it
break
was
him, but he
close,
has 24 reactive armor. He broke
Sure.
the coil though. If he didn't break coil, he was going to be a lot more free to be fine.
but you think for the most part, like if the Timber's there like that, you only go on him if you have what, 3 hit? Like what do you need to be able to go on him?
You need to have the third, the last, either a Wrath of Nature. Maybe that's what I missed. Maybe they tried to go for with the Wrath and it didn't hit him. Because I did see it's on cooldown, so maybe that was the play that they were trying to do with Wrath and Veil. But if not, you need like the AM Mana Void to come in, or the Bloodseeker Bloodright. They need something else if they're going to go for those setups. And I feel like Afterlife actually has to be there to defend towers too, so maybe a little bit of slip up from him.
Radiant are scanning.
Still keeping themselves at a decent point. The AM's still farming fine, and they are getting aggressive.
They get themselves in. On to Sayuw. He's able to roll away though. He's going to live. They'll drop the Dream Coil down onto EcNart alone. That's dead CM, but that was the smoke move and not finding the big kill that they were hoping for with that hunt.
Now Petu has Hood, so he is way harder to kill. They probably don't have the damage to deal with him at all now, even with the third hero. This Hood is going to just protect him that much more. They probably need everybody to bring him down now. Still keeping up though. The gold lead is still just staying the same. Empire winning on experience because of those live to win slip ups when they gave up those kills. But I think you're still pretty happy as Dream. He's gonna have a way faster battle theory than he did on his Ursa.
True. Well, that's true, and we'll see if this Mage can carry. As you said earlier, in a game that, you know, things don't go too downhill early on for Live to Win, Anti-Mage on paper should have a very good chance of carrying this game.
Yeah, he should just be able to almost 1v5 this game. There's a couple silences and stuff he needs to play around, but if he's able to get the space from the split push that's going to inevitably happen from Nature's Prophet Puck, he has a really good shot of carrying, especially because he's only 600 gold behind Luna. Yeah, Luna wants to be much more ahead, at least like 1,000, 2,000, maybe something around there. Battle Fury is going to get online and Luna's going to start getting out. Still no Orchid on Gwyn either. Had it just a bit faster that actually last game he had the first game was Storm he had at 11:52, I remember. This one is quite a bit slowed down here. Nice rune steal by Immersion. And let's see if they start to actually force anything. As Petu, he almost has his Eternal Shroud. And then I want to see him just continue to do what he was doing before. You know, park himself to go for another tower. Just look to have the Luna play behind him and his team play behind him. Just be that unbreakable force.
Sure, so as you said, there's got to be a point where Empire, they want to get they're going to want to get something.
They have to do something.
You cannot sit back whilst this AM's just having pretty much that whole half of the map to himself. They haven't really put any pressure on or made any invasive moves into Live to Win's jungle. Yeah,
Live to Win is aware of what they need to do, though. Look at the ward coverage. They do the 2 entrances to the jungle. They throw out a successful scan when they're not seeing much. SoNNeikO's going to break the gank perfectly. Which, even if he dies, that's fine, because then he protects you. Nice move by SoNNeikO. Know what that is? He even throws the Wrath of Nature just to push out the lanes when he does die. So they get this kill, but they're not going to get much more out of it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Immersion.
Nice little split up of the mount of Live to Win.
See if they find any of Empire to make their way back. And EcNart, he'll be found. FN again. Holding nothing back there against the CM. Dream Coil down, wants to make sure the kill's secured.
This time he's casting the Dream Coils at maximum frequency, and he did switch the build. He went for the Veil into Yule, so that Orchid rather than Blink. Goes with the much more appropriate one as sayuw.
Looking pretty dead. He's going to have some backup. And then the backup, is it going to be enough to keep him safe? Efen's trying to finish him off. As sayuw will go down to the Bloodseeker. Empire trying to see if they can find anything in return, but Efen's already got the orb out and he's away. They'll manage to get the kill and get out despite Empire trying to turn up and get a trade there for losing sayuw.
They forced all of Empire to mid too, which is huge, because now Dream, they can continue doing their split up. Dream, and that's reflected Frostbite. He'll be able to survive and get his farm. So nice move from Live to Win, getting themselves all the space in the world for this anti-mage.
Well, as soon as Dream draws the attention up there, he's off to the other half of the map.
What's the Luna building toward? Okay, SNY into Dragonlight.
All the stats.
Okay.
So
at least he's going for full right click. I feel like he needs to get an early butterfly, and he probably wants to get this BKB, but I feel like just butterfly and just they need to end the game. They need to just like really pick up the pace.
If you go in SNY and Dragonlance, like, isn't this more of a build where you're trying to avoid getting a BKB?
Yeah.
You're going to need a bigger item after these two sort of mid.
I'm not sure. I feel like BKB and Butterfly after SNY is like we need to end the game right away after these 3 items before AM's able to play the game. But we'll see if we'll see if this one works out, as they're still okay. This AM's just getting a lot of space, which is worrying. They're not finding Dream. They're not able to hunt for him because of his lane positioning.
They've caught him. In with the Dream Coil on top of him. Is he able to live long enough to get out? He's not. As FN will be frostbitten, but he's able to jump out to the orb, sayuw. Also in a bit of trouble here is Immersion and SoNNeikO are trying to chase him. EcNart and Smiling Knight are coming across. Here with Jukes in the jungle. Will actually keep himself in enough. Immersion is actually going to be found there. Nice little thing drop down right on top of them, giving them that temporary vision of the area. Allowing them to find his little hidey hole.
Empire needs to now push this tower though. Coil was used, Great Wrath of Nature was used, Nyx, everything was used. Let's take this tower. Petu will, which is already pretty damn low actually. Didn't notice how low it was. So they'll at least be able to get that out of this. But Live to Win, they're forcing movements around the map, which is just giving anti-mage space. The deny. He wants blood now.
He's in. Has he got enough burst? Oh, not quite. They're making away. Afterlife coming in, seeing if he could have found the opportunity for that rupture, but two already out.
That was close. If they get the rupture there, there's a chance for them to be able to chase out this Timber, because how far he did dive. And AM continues to farm. Once he gets Manta, he'll start actually turning up to these fights, and he's going to be problematic for this Storm and for this Luna, and even for, I mean, maybe not the Timber, the Storm and the Luna mostly. That's the main targets he's going to go for. He's going to have great mana voids. And then the fights are going to be difficult, as we've seen Live to Win. They do have good damage with this Wrath of Nature bouncing through with this Veil. It's definitely adding up.
Say it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
All of this spotted out by Immersion, who also did dispel the smoke that we're coming in with.
The power of Nyx. There's so much information given. They can get this push going. He might pay with his life. Oh well. But it cost him a dust in a sentry. Let's see if they can get anything out of the map, as the split push is going to instantly commence. And they're going to actually set up sayuw bottom, maybe to catch something. The Earth Spirit looking for this Bloodseeker. If they do have the Storm, Gwyn, he can do these long zips if there is a good opportunity.
Starting off the action. I need some help. And there it is. Brilliant with a big zip. And they get the job done.
Peace.
Nicely done. I like that from sayuw. It was all about the next move. That's what he was thinking about. When they did the first move, he was already planning for the next one. And I love to see when players do that. They will now find Petu.
I mean, they've got Dream with them this time. So good bit of punch
Eternal Shroud,
against the Timber. Oh, they want want to chase for it, they don't. Smiling Light popping the ult, and that will give the signal for Live to Win to start to try and retreat. FN Bull, is he going to get out? He's got the orb away, and he's into the river, and he's away. He's going to live.
Oh my god.
He makes it out of there.
Gwyn is hunting though. Gwyn doesn't want him to. He has a haste. He's swinging over.
Oh, this pug's got to watch out. Gwyn? Oh, he doesn't know where to go. Okay, he's going to settle for the Nature's Prophet. SoNNeikO goes down, but we're seeing Gwyn getting out of there.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Seeing that Eternal Shroud really saving Petu as well. That mana restore that he gets from them. Really saving his life because the Mana Void didn't actually hit him for full. But now Dream, Manta's done. They've bought their time. Live to Win are in an excellent position now in this game to just constantly fight. As Gwyn, no BKB, still for another 1,600 gold. So this Storm, he doesn't want to show up to fights as much anymore. As soon as they see that Manta, he's going to start feeling the fear.
Yeah, we see as well with the build for Dream. What this guard, he's going to...
They're actually just looking for him. SoNNeikO's in.
They've got him trapped in the Sprout. Follow-up impale into the Blood Rise. Smiling Light's got to step his way out of it, but he's been ruptured. As he cannot stand and fight, this defense swings round with the Dream Coil down onto EcNart as well. As they get the turn, and they're going to continue to try and push him more. Dream watching from the side, looking for an opportune moment to get in on this. As sayuw, he'll be the target, they'll jump in, look to clean up the Earth Spirit, he's out to the side, the silence, and the not enough to tick him out. sayuw will live, oh, but Dream, he's in with the finishing blow. Mana Void dropped, sayuw will fall. Dream finally finding that opportunity to get the kill he was wanting.
Oh man, and the timer is hit. I feel like Empire now have a really hard game ahead of them because this Luna, I really don't like this Dragonlance, I have to be honest. I think he needed to go for BKB so that he can just hold his ground inside of these fights. Now he's just, it's free for them to Carapace throw every spell on him, and he's just food. He's so squishy in these fights with this build now. I mean, he would have the BKB pretty much done if he didn't go for the Lance.
Why do you
it's really all about the 2-3 items.
He did want the Lance in the build-up. I mean, what are you sort of feeling that extra attack range is going to do for you this game?
I think he was just trying to be as greedy as possible to hold it off for as long as possible so that it would be that impactful when he gets it. But when you're playing versus AM, it's all about these like very concise timings, and it feels like Empire may have just missed that timing because of this. They're gonna go in Roche, and it feels like they have to get this Roche or the game's gonna
they're in FA. He's got the coil out. Smiling Light's in trouble. Smiling Light's just straight up dead. They've lost the two of them around the pit. Bash from Roche onto Petu. Petu's trying to get out of that, but another impale from Immersion comes in. They continue to keep him controlled. They're going to have to silence as his FN jumps over, held in the blood right.
Look at Gwyn.
Dream's just chasing down the storm. He's going into the base. He's finishing him off. As Dream gets the kill, he's going to have a blink up in a second. He's fine. He's easily able to make his way out of there. But there's 4 heroes dying. The back of that attempt for Roshan as Live to Win. I mean, that could have been laid out any easier for them to win that fight there.
No, the game is just over now. Really, there's nothing more they can do now in this matchup. They tipped him. They know too. As soon as he walks down into the low ground, he's just food. Just click all your spells on him. He has no immunity.
Even with the opening impale missing, it didn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
Just look how quickly that Luna just melts. And really very much a reason why, as you said, you know, teams are just around the world, they're not picking the carry Luna.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's like one of the few carries that you just absolutely have to have BKB in 90% of lineups, or you're too squishy. And they also picked it into the AM. This is a favorable matchup for AM. If you start to fall behind at all on this Luna, and now that they have fallen behind, they've fallen behind in a massive manner. Just look at those graphs, and you see a 91% chance for victory just off of those few fight wins for them.
Quickly as I go.
And now he can't even get space to farm up the BKB, which he desperately needs.
Live to Win. They're at the point now where they can kind of go where they want. They lose Immersion, but they're going to get so much more for a Dream. Does lose the Aegis, but he was able to take down gwynbleidd. As at this stage, Live to Win, they don't really even need the Aegis to make these moves. They don't mind losing it here. Okay, 11k lead continuing.
Dream just going for a Scotty, which he's about to have done. He's just significantly out farming the Luna at this point, but they'll find SoNNeikO. So contingency kill. But look at Dream is just waiting on the side for an opportunity. Not gonna take it, not gonna jump in.
My gratitude.
Chance to jump in and have a go if they split up again.
It's just smooth coasting now for Dream, really. He has the world is his oyster. You know, he's gonna go buy his items, blink around, farm. Has no risk of dying to this draft of Empire now, unless they perfectly set up their silences and stuns and everything onto him, which it's just not gonna happen. Flip to win. Always with Immersion on the scout, it's giving them so much information for when these ganks do happen, and they just have such a comfortable window. The BKB is finished on Luna, so let's see. Can they actually win some fights with this?
Bam. Gotta get the grab on him. Fefe can play his way out of it. He's got Blacko coming in. Face shift off. Fefe's fine. As the silence is down on him. Gwyn's going to be the first one to fall in these fights. Smiling Knight is trying to come in with the BKB impale. He's out on him through the Dream. Comes in with the man of on the backlines. It's 3 dead. Smiling Knight, he's trying to fight, but even with this BKB, he's just not doing anything at all. This Luna offering nothing to the fight as they're all going to get taken down one by one. Petu, the last man standing, but he's also as good as dead. A triple kill for Afterlife. As they just have nothing, and as we saw there, it just felt as underwhelming as it expected. Even with the BKB at this stage, the Luna can't do anything.
That's why Dota is such a beautiful game of this, like, of chess. This push and pull where you make this one slight mistake versus a hero like Anti-Mage with this type of draft, and the game's unwinnable. Starting to focus better. They've got the mid lane pushing in as well. Take that second tier 2. They force the buyback though. They're backing up and resetting, picking up all these crazy amount of new items that they now have from the fight. Everyone gets like a free 2,600 gold injection.
20,000 gold ahead. It's 27 minutes in.
How quick it happens, right? Look at that. At 21 minutes, it was almost even. But Anti-Mage got the space. Yeah, it's just really the draft at this point now where Empire, if they didn't have a huge lead now, there's no way to really recover to be able to deal with what they're up against. Anti-Mage just has free control and live to win. It's just when they want to decide to end the game now and when they want to just really push forward the issue. As Gwyn still doesn't have BKB. Oh god, Immersion's on him.
Let's get it rough. Basher also done on Afterlife, so additional ways to just lock down these heroes through the BKBs. As they're chasing, they've got to run all the way back to base here. Poor old EcNart, another Dream Coal drop down for him.
Blood for the twin.
To win. We're seeing just much more of the control they had of the game as they did in game 1.
Yeah, and a clear understanding of how they should play this game, right? Like just maybe in the beginning not so much because these deaths that they gave up when they have this Anti-Mage draft and they went for bottom, but afterwards it seems like they really understood what they needed to do. Using the coil liberally, killing support, just knowing we have an Anti-Mage in this game. We just need to build time and just make space for this guy to win the game versus lineup. And it's exactly what they did. They did it cleanly after the beginning. They did make some mistakes with that start, but now
going in. On to Afterlife. Afterlife's going to have backup. He's going to have the BKB. He pops it. And he's ready to stand his ground. Back up from Dream. They're in on the Smiling Knight. Smiling Knight getting bashed. Afterlife will go down, but Smiling Knight's out as well. So lose the carry for the offlaner. FM ready to jump in, continuing the silence. Control the back line. Use him with the ball. They get Gwyn. They get EcNart. As EcNart will buy back. There's also a buyback available on Smiling Knight. I don't know how much else he's going to be able to offer up as Dream. He's in the front of it, looking towards sayuw. He's able to take him out. Triple kill for the Anti-Mage. Over towards the CM and the Simmer they go. As EcNart's down. Another buyback comes out from sayuw, and to win, they will retreat. They will respect the buybacks from Empire. Their lead just continuing to grow.
I can't believe Empire's continuing with this one, I'll be honest with you. There's no hope for the Luna, but they're gonna try to continue this one. But it's no hope for the Luna and Storm. It's 30 minutes in on, and he still does not have the BKB. He just can't do anything in the fights. Fully controlled. He'll grab some bounties, but Smooth sailing for Lift to win from this point forward. Anti-Mage in mode chill.
And an anti-Mage that you know, he wasn't even last pick, right? This was he fourth pick this game, I believe?
It was right after the storm. Right after the storm pick, yeah.
Yeah. So they had a chance to respond. They decided to go in with the Luna, and as you say, maybe the idea was that they'd run over this anti-Mage with some sort of fast-paced gameplay. It just didn't happen. Did not happen at all.
It just has to be this get ahead, stay ahead mentality with Luna, but it's a really big risk versus an AM where your draft is just so countered. You're all magic damage, really, so.
This game just taking huge slowdown off the back of all these deaths. Incredibly long time it's taken him to get his next item out. Of how well
one other thing I'm
Radiant's bottom
curious about, I didn't point it out early, but we'll wait till all this gets off.
I mean, look out with Timbersaw. That's the tank. He's here. He dies in a second. And Dream, he's ready to look for more. Gets the double into the triple. He's over the Smiling Knight. You know he's looking for the big one. Is he going to be able to get it? There's an Ultra. Oh, an FN.
GG.
Taking it away from them. GG, and instant disconnects around the board there from Empire. This was definitely a rough, drawn-out one for them as Live to win. And Anthony made his game, and as you said, it looked to be a good one. It certainly was. Ended up to be a very, very clean and